You ever hear a song that just feels sad, but at the same time, it leaves you with this strange sense of hope? Well, today we're diving into a Brazilian classic that is the absolute master of that feeling. On the surface, it sounds like it's all about lost time, but its real meaning? Oh, it's this incredible meditation on youth, memory, and self-acceptance that gets completely lost in translation. This right here, this is the key that unlocks the whole song. It's a line from Tempo Perdido by the band Legión Urbana. Now, literally, it means we have our own time. Simple, right? But this has nothing to do with clocks or schedules. Nope, it's about something way, way deeper. Finding your own way, your own rhythm, right in the middle of life's biggest unknowns. And this really gets to the heart of the whole mystery. On one hand, you've got this beautiful, melancholic tune that sounds like it's mourning wasted time. But what's actually happening in the song is this profound look at what it means to grow up. So, how would we bridge that gap? Well, to do that, we have to start with the source. To really understand this song, you have to understand the guy who wrote it, Renato Russo. He was the brilliant frontman and lyricist for Legião Urbana, truly one of the most important rock bands in Brazil's history. And he was known for these incredibly philosophical, introspective lyrics that were just on another level. Now, Russo wasn't just writing in a vacuum. You gotta remember, this song was born out of the soil of 1980s Brazil. We're talking about a nation just coming out of a military dictatorship, wrestling with all this social tension, and just staring into a really uncertain future. This context, it's everything. So to give you kind of a cultural bridge here, think of it like this. Imagine you take the raw emotional honesty of a band like REM, you mix it with that deep, kind of moody introspection you get from the Smiths, and then you drop that whole mix right into the unique social pressure cooker of 1980s Latin America. If you can imagine that, you're starting to get close to the unique voice of Renato Russo. Okay, so now let's get to the fun part. We're going to really decode these lyrics, and we're going to look past the literal words on the page to find the emotional truth that's hiding just underneath. First up, the title itself. Tempo Perdido. Yeah, it literally translates to wasted time or lost time, but here's the thing, the song doesn't judge the past. It's not about regret. The real meaning here is about reconciliation. It's about making peace with time and accepting that as we grow up, we lose old versions of ourselves. And that's okay. Now, take this line, somos tão jovens. We are so young. You know, on paper, it sounds like a simple, proud statement. But the way Russo sings it, the whole feeling in Portuguese, it carries a totally different weight. See, this is not a triumphant celebration. It's not a party anthem. The subtext is this fragile self-awareness. In this one little line, you have pride and fear and hope all living together, all wrapped up in this melancholy feeling that, you know what, this youth thing, it doesn't last forever. And then we get this absolutely beautiful, poetic line. O futuro não é mais como era antigamente. Which means, the future is not what it used to be. I mean, it sounds like a puzzle, but it captures a feeling every single one of us has had. This line is the perfect description of that moment of gentle disillusionment. It's about realizing that the grand future you pictured as a kid, well, it doesn't exist anymore. Reality has kind of stepped in and made some edits. But, and this is so important, it's said without any bitterness. It's just a quiet observation, not a complaint. And all of this brings us right back to that crucial line from the very beginning. Now that we have all this context about youth and loss and a changing future, temos nosso propio tempo suddenly feels so much bigger, doesn't it? So what does our own time really mean? It's not about controlling time, it's about emotional freedom. It's that realization that every single one of us has our own unique clock for growing up, for failing, for loving, for starting over. It's about building your own meaning, not just trying to live up to someone else's. And that speaks to one of the song's deepest themes, this relationship between time and our identity. The song is basically saying, hey, we all change over time. And yeah, sometimes that change hurts. We absolutely lose parts of ourselves along the way. It also just perfectly captures that feeling of being in transition, of being in between. And this works on a personal level, you know, going from a kid to an adult. But it also works on a huge societal level, reflecting that uncertain feeling of 1980s Brazil. It's somehow both incredibly intimate and public at the same time.
Okay, so now that we've really dug into the specific lyrics, let's zoom out and connect this to music you might already be familiar with. How can we really feel what this song is all about?
You could almost think of its emotional landscape like this. It's got the quiet, gentle comfort of a song like REM's Everybody Hurts, but it's mixed with that stark, sobering awareness of life passing you by that you get from Pink Floyd's Time. But then it has this uniquely Brazilian flavor. It's tender, it's reflective, but it is never, ever hopeless.
And the song's emotional power is so undeniable that it's actually become this essential tool in Brazilian cinema. Let's take a quick look at why filmmakers keep coming back to this song again and again. In movies and TV shows, hearing this song is like emotional shorthand. A director will use it the moment a character is confronting their past, or facing a choice they can't undo, or having that painful realization that childhood is officially over. It instantly tells you that a character is struggling with who they used to be versus who they can't be anymore. Okay, so let's bring this all home and finally solve that mystery we started with. What is the ultimate wisdom that's hidden inside this idea of lost time? If there is just one crucial idea you take away from all of this, let it be this. The song's ultimate message is that maturity has nothing to do with being perfect or never messing up. It's about learning to have compassion for all of those past versions of yourself. So, Temple Perdido isn't a sad song about regret, it's an incredibly wise song about self-acceptance. And this is exactly why there can be a disconnect for those of us who don't speak Portuguese. It's so easy to hear the beautiful, sad melody and feel that melancholy. But the true heart of it, the reconciliation, the wisdom, the acceptance, that lives between the lines in an emotional subtext that translation just can't fully capture. So I'll leave you with this. This song isn't really about the time we've lost. It's about the compassion we can hopefully find for the people we used to be. It's a reminder to accept our own path on our own time. So, I'm curious, what do you feel when you hear this song? And hey, let me know which Brazilian classic we should break down next.